So you may know that a lot of people who have gotten hearing aids in the past may not be successful hearing aid wearers. So I'd like to explain a few things to you because I want you to be the most successful hearing aid wearer. A lot of times when people first get hearing aids, perhaps they're not coached on what to expect. You know, they think I'm investing all of, these resources in these hearing aids, and, these are nice little hearing aids, and I put them in my ear and I expect to hear. Sort of like glasses. You pick up glasses, you put them on, and you see. The hearing, unfortunately, is a little bit different. Now, right away, you will be hearing better. So don't get worried about that, right? The first day you wear hearing aids will be a great day because you'll be hearing your life some more. But the brain needs some time to readjust. A little bit like if you've ever tried to wear bifocals or trifocals. You have to get those muscles used to and your vision used to seeing at those different levels. Well, hearing's the same. If you have hearing loss, then that means there's sounds you've not been hearing. And our brain is actually built to filter sounds. So if you lived by a railroad track, the first couple of nights, every time that train went by, it would wake you up. But a week or two later, you would sleep like a baby right through that train coming through. Why is that? It's called your reticular activating system. It's a part of your brain, kind of like a filter, like cheesecloth, and it chooses what gets by and what doesn't. So if every time that train passes, you don't pay attention to it, your brain is very intuitive to you and it says, oh, well, my human isn't interested in hearing the train, so it blocks it. Oftentimes in a marriage, this will happen when a wife complains that the husband never hears her. It's because for so long, perhaps he's tried to block her out, that now that he wants to hear her, the reticular activating system is going, oh, that's the signal that we don't pay attention to. So when you begin to wear hearing aids, we have to retrain that system of what you want to hear and what you don't. So when you get your new hearing aids, here's my first suggestion. I want you to go home and go on a sound scavenger hunt. I want you to rattle paper and click the top of a writing pen, open and close drawers, turn on water in your sink and in your bathtub, flush the toilet. Just listen. What does that sound like? Oh, what does my refrigerator sound like? What does it sound like when I walk on the wood floor or the tile floor? Do that as an exploration for your brain so you can tell your brain right away, these are what these sounds are. That way, when you hear them and you're not paying attention to them, it won't be bothersome to you. It won't distract you and frustrate you. So go on a sound scavenger hunt. Be committed to better hearing. If what you want to hear is speech, focus on that. Don't focus on the noise around you because that will distract you. Focus on what you want to hear. If you're getting tired of your new hearing aids, take them out for an hour, let yourself rest, and put them back in. If you wear your hearing aids for 2 hours the first day and 3 hours and 4 hours each consecutive day, within a week you'll forget they're in, you'll wear them all day long with no problems. Last thing, if you're having a hard time adapting to your hearing aids, please don't put them in the drawer. Go back to your hearing care provider and be honest about the problems you're having. They are there to help you and they want to help you. Today's digital hearing aids have a lot of different adjustments, and what works for one person may not work for the other. So if your hearing care provider knows that the adjustment that is in there you're unable to adapt to, they will make adjustments and they will help you through this process. It's just important for you to know that hearing is a learning process, and you're going to have to relearn how to hear all of those sounds you've been missing. But let me tell you, at the end of the week or the month that it takes you to adjust, it will be so worth it. And you're going to hear your life, and the quality of your life is going to be so much better. You're going to be happy you did it.